Welcome back to the Cyclognostic YouTube channel. Today's topic of discussion is the absolute dominance that Ineos displayed at the Gran Piemonte last week. Now, a few weeks ago I did make a video on Jumbo-Visma against Ineos and said that Jumbo-Visma might take over from them as a completely dominant team, as Ineos didn't really show their dominance over at the Tour de France this year like they've shown in recent years. Although it is hard to compare the two, as Team Jumbo-Visma didn't actually turn up to this event and rather focus on Il Lombardia that Saturday. This year's edition of the Gran Piemonte was definitely a course that suited Team Ineos, with two big climbs at the end which they could control the tempo of with their Ineos train. This included people like Teo Gegenhardt, Pavel Sivakov, and of course Ivan Sosa. Ineos' tactic, which has made them so dominant over the past few years, is all about controlling the tempo whilst climbing. Since they're going at such a high speed and a consistent speed whilst climbing, the people who try to attack will always get reeled in before the end of the climb and before the finish, or at least that's what they try and do. This is exactly what they did at the Gran Piemonte, where they had all their riders, bar one I think, on the front with 32 kilometers to go up the first climb that you might recognise from the course preview which I just showed you. After all the other riders had swung off the Ineos train, it was time for the second step of Ineos' cunning plan. Ivan Sosa got onto the front with about 3 kilometers to go and worked selflessly at maybe 400 watts for Egan Bernal. Now I'm just going to stop it there. As you can see, the riders are huffing and puffing all over the mountain, not knowing what to do and how their results are going to pan out. Now with 1.7 kilometers to go came the third step of the plan. Egan Bernal attacked himself and took it all the way to the line in what seemed like an easy fashion, but of course wasn't easy at all. Ineos had worked this race out so well and were by far the dominant team. As I said, Egan Bernal ended up winning the race in just under 4.5 hours of racing. It was later revealed on Twitter he did the final climb at 6.3 watts a kilo, which is absolutely crazy. And in the end, his teammate and fellow countryman, Ivan Sosa, secured an Ineos 1-2. I actually just visited a website called climbingrecords.com, link in the description below, which shows all the climbs and best riders and leaderboard of all time basically. First on this final climb was actually Marco Pantani at 23.55 kilometers an hour, exactly 1.5 kilometers an hour quicker than Bernal. Also, you might be surprised that despite the time lapse I put on Bernal, he only managed 14th in that leaderboard, which I mean is still pretty impressive, but not as high as you might expect. Another thing which surprised me actually was the fact that Tom Dumoulin came second on that leaderboard. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. Let's try and get 14 likes down below, as Bernal came 14th in the leaderboard. And as ever, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, click on my head now, and if you'd like to see my KWN video from a couple of days ago, click just here.